accuses him of working for an al-Qaeda-affiliated group in Syria. But the leader of that group is now the president of Syria and meets with Western leaders. The man tells CNN's Clarissa Ward that that is a double standard.
Since 2012, British aid worker Tauqir Sharif, known to many as Tox, has been a fixture in northern Syria. One of thousands of foreigners known as muhajirin who came to Syria to participate in the uprising against the brutal dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad. We sat down with Tox for breakfast at his home in the city of Azaz by the Turkish border.
Were you always an aid worker? Were you involved in the armed component of the uprising as well?
So I would say I was always a humanitarian.
But you're like smiling while you're saying that.
Because a humanitarian encompasses many things, right? Saving lives. So sometimes in order to save lives, you have to, fight and defend people. So would I say that I'm an all-out fighter? No, that wasn't my, bread and butter. I wasn't fighting in battles every single day. But during the course of this conflict, I had to fight. And that was because I had to defend people that were around me. I had to defend aid that was being delivered to, oppressed people. And I'm not shy about saying that. I mean, if I was a fighter, if that was my gig where I was fighting and I was a military commander, I would be very proud of that.
We first met Tox in 2016 in rebel-held Idlib province.
We need to look at what do the people really want. And if the people are Muslims, this is not me saying it, if the people are Muslims and they want some form of Islamic governance, then it's important that we help them to establish that.
Is that what they want?
In my opinion, that's what I believe.
1 year later, Tox was stripped of his British citizenship.
Why did the British government take away your passport?
That's the question that we all want to know the answer to.
What's the official reason that you've been given?
The official reason was aligned to a group that is aligned to al-Qaeda.
Tox denies the charges, saying he has always maintained independence, while pointing out that the former leader of al-Qaeda's affiliate in Syria, Ahmed al-Shara, is now the country's president.
Does it strike you as bizarre or maybe even unfair, surreal, I don't know, you choose the word, that President al-Shara is leading the country, he's meeting with Western leaders, and yet you are not even able to go back to your home because you had your passport taken away because you were aligned with a group that was aligned with al-Qaeda, right? Like, I mean, that's a tenuous, nebulous connection.
Yeah. It's guilty by association with a degree of separation.
And association with a man who is now the president of Syria.
Yeah.
So
who had clear ties. Someone who had clear ties, who was a part of al-Qaeda, is now legitimate, whereas people like myself are, still in limbo.
And, and you're not the only one. I mean, there's...
Yeah, there's others. Of course, I think 100% it's 100% unfair. But this is the world we live in, right? I mean, look, these are the double standards and the hypocrisies of the West, right? You come out to help Syrians free themselves of oppression from Bashar al-Assad. You're stateless. You go and fight in the IDF, be a part of an army that is being accused of genocide, of war crimes, and you can come back to the UK, you have no questioning, you have no issues at all, no inquest. Those are blatant double standards, and they are problems.
With that in mind, we see now Syria moving closer to the West. What was your reaction when you saw President Shara and President Trump meeting? And not just yours, but like your community, let's say, the other muhajirin, the foreigners. And be honest.
Look, I think me as a muhajir, I'm a bit of an anomaly. So my position is way more nuanced. Look, I understand that this was a political victory. It wasn't a military victory. So concessions were going to have to be made. Obviously, where people are upset is when it comes to the Israel-Palestine issue. Because obviously signing the Abraham Accords and stuff like that.
As Trump actually asked President al-Shara to do.
Yeah. That is something that people are obviously very upset about. Not just muhajirin, I think most Syrians and most people in the Arab world, don't like the idea of that. The other thing that people are uncertain of is okay, are Muhajirin going to be given citizenship, etc.? What's their status going to be?
Syria has started absorbing thousands of foreign fighters into the army, but many others remain stateless. While some hardliners grumble that the country is not moving in the right direction, Tauqir is more optimistic.
Driving around Damascus, these billboards everywhere saying thank you, President Trump.
Yeah.
Lifting the sanctions, normalizing relations. Do you want to say thank you to President Trump?
Thank you, President Trump. I mean, look, I mean, it's politics, isn't it? It's politics, right? It's politics. Again, I'm not a politician. So, you know, I mean, Trump said he's going to bring peace to the Middle East. Let's hope that the Palestine issue can be solved. Syria seems to be in a better place. And, you know, if Trump had a hand in that and, you know, there's some good intention there, then you know what? Then that's a praiseworthy thing, right? But at the end of the day, politics is about power, right? And we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell where Syria is going to go.
Now, Tauqir's views are actually pretty moderate in the context of some of the more hardline foreigners inside Syria. I spoke to one Westerner there who said that he felt outraged and ashamed by President al-Shara's meeting with President Trump. We did, of course, reach out to the UK Home Office as well to ask about Tauqir's case. They didn't give any specific details relating to him, but said simply, quote, deprivation of citizenship only happens after careful consideration of the facts and in accordance with international law, and always comes with a right of appeal. Clarissa Ward, CNN.